Good morning, Infinity. Good to have you here with us on this awesome Sunday morning. My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known in this space as Rev Jeff, and we want to welcome you to the core of consciousness, the apex of authenticity, here at the Infinity Fellowship. It is a beautiful day. It is Sunday morning, y'all. Sunday morning, the 11th of February in the year 2024, which is the year of divine reciprocity. We welcome you into the virtual service as you are gathering your family together, as you are gathering your friends together, as you are retweeting. If you're on the X platform, if you're on Facebook, you're tagging all the people who you say you've been wanting to expose to infinity and to gift with their presence in the space today. If you're on YouTube, of course, just go ahead and take a second, hit that thumbs up button under the frame, and also share that with everyone you know. This is the time when we gather people together on Sunday morning for a global international fellowship. And we're so pleased that you took the time out of your schedule to join us today, because it is an investment in your spiritual growth and practice. No matter what your faith is, no matter what your tradition is, or your background or your path, all of these paths converge together at the Infinity Fellowship. We're honored, we're humbled that you joined us today, and we invite you in the space today to just take a deep breath and let it all out. Yeah, come on, let's get some deep breathing in. Inhale, and now exhale. We're going to supercharge that body. Inhale. And then exhale again. Continue to breathe like this as we begin to open the way. The opening of the way is about acknowledging the presence of the divine in our lives, the God of your acceptance and understanding, that spirit of our commonality, perceived by many different names and yet known by one energy. So in this moment, I invite you to get that energy into your consciousness now by simply closing your eyes, bowing your head. Perhaps you'd like to place your hands over your heart. And in the space on this wonderful Sunday morning, begin to slow the breath down as you inhale. Inhale the awareness of the presence of the divine. Exhale those things that do not serve you in your consciousness space, in your spirit space. As we acknowledge the divine in this space, we welcome you in this space, O Holy Spirit. And we speak to you directly from the heart space of awareness, and we say, O limitless and abundant Creator, you have gifted us with this moment of gathering here at the Infinity Fellowship internationally and around the world. And so we make ourselves aware of your presence, O God, in this magnetic field of spirit, in this magnetic field of prayer, in this magnetic field of affirmation. We acknowledge your presence here and we give thanks to you. Gratitude to you today for this wonderful gathering, for this ability to transmit across the world, for our young people who are on our technology today, for Brother Daniel, Kai and Kamaria. We send love out, oh God, to Brother Tony, whose work has taken him now around the state of Tennessee, and he is seeing his dreams manifest. And we are speaking that as our tech person, he continues to expand in his consciousness and his love energy. Those who are on the road with him, listening to this broadcast, feeling this energy, they may be touched with that same attitude of gratitude. We send our love out to those who are moving through painful circumstances this week, to those who survived the storms of this weekend, the rain from yesterday, to those who are in the space of rebuilding. We give thanks for them stopping through today to get inspiration and recognition of the good. We send our energy out to each and every one of our infinite life streamers today. Lift them up as they lift each other up. May this chat come alive with gratitude, with hands and high fives and hearts and love, so that we can all recognize that true community is about recognizing the divine spark that exists inside each and every one of us. That spark that leads us to reach out to those who are in need, even those who are in bereavement right now. We send energy out from this side of Northeast Nashville to the family in North Nashville who is mourning the loss and transition of our brother Nathaniel Nate Harris, founder of the legendary Woodcuts on Jefferson Street. We're so grateful to have been able to know him and to have pieces here in this world that have been framed by him, a true master builder. We give thanks for his spirit and all that he gave to this city and to this nation and to this world in walking in his divine purpose. And we speak that his family will be comforted. To the family of our brother in South Nashville, King Hollins, and to this family who will be celebrating him on this Saturday at the Fisk Memorial Chapel. We send love to that energy of that family and give thanks to a civil rights legend and hero for the lessons that he taught us and what he left in this planet. We thank you for this opportunity to learn something today. We thank you for this opportunity to be together today. We thank you for this opportunity to walk in a space of openness from a blank landscape. And we speak again that something may be said or shared or sung that will remind us that we are ever loved, protected, and covered by you across time and space. We speak and know these things to be true and proclaim them as such, and so it is. Deep breath in, exhale in proclamation and release. And we say together, Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. Let us prepare for our pouring of libations. As we gather today in the space, we're very grateful to be able to be in the virtual space with you today. And as we are in this virtual space, we recognize that you may be in your home, you may be in your car, you may be sitting in a park somewhere. You might be sitting at the back row of another spiritual ceremony, getting all of this energy as well from both places. It doesn't matter. But we also know that we're not here because we got here all by ourselves. That we are standing on the shoulders of those who came before. And we pause in this moment. When we pause to recognize their energy, we are saying that we are a part of not only something greater than us, but something that extends 7 generations behind us and 7 generations forward. And so we are grateful on this wonderful morning to pause and to pour out water in the ceremony called libations, pouring into the earth that represents what happens to this earth suit when we no longer need it. And by doing so, we complete that divine cycle and circuit that connects us to those who have gone before. We call them the ancestors. In your mind, I want you to think of those ancestors right now. Sometimes we only pause on Sunday, but I guarantee that every day of the week, every moment that you can pause to reflect on those who have come before, you will spark in your heart a spirit of gratitude, because we think we got it hard and tough. When we meditate on everything that we've been brought through and everything that our ancestors have been through, no matter where we came from in the world, we know that we've got an opportunity to do something awesome today. And so we pause in this moment and we pour. And as we open this portal, we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this space for spiritual work, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together around the world, Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. Pouring to the energies of the north that remind us that we are going to be a yes today in this space, Ashe. Pour into the energies of the South, being reminded to stay grounded in whose we are and who we are. Ashe. To the energies of the East and this beautiful rising sun, even though it may be cloudy here in Nashville, Tennessee, that sun is still always shining. Ashe. To the energies of the West, recognizing that as the sun goes down on the western horizon, the moon and the stars rise to make sure that we always have light, even in the darkness. Ashe. To this ground below us, where we root ourselves in who we are and this power of always staying firm, even as we are flexible. Deep roots mean that we may bend in the storm, but it is better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. To the sky above us, that wonderful blank landscape that we're going to get into today, that space of possibility, that space of newness where we find our dreams when we pause to see them. Ashe. And finally, to the seventh direction, the space that pulls it all together, Grand Central Station in our physical bodies, at the center of our chest, the heart. May your heart always be light as a feather as you remember those who came before. Ashe. And finally, we pour now to those ancestors whose names you're typing in that box, whose names you're remembering, whoever's under the sound of my voice. We pour again to the energies of Brother Nathaniel Nate Harris, Woodcuts, Ashe. We pour to the energies of King Madison Hollins, Ashe. And now I ask that as we pour these next few pours of water, that you call aloud in the space. If you're at home, turn to your kid and say, hey, I want you to remember Grandma Jean. I want you to remember Big Papa Haywood. I want you to remember these folks. Call their names aloud as we pour these next few pours of water. H. Carr, Thomas and Gussie Hayes, Della Mae Carr, Catherine Carr, Queen Mother Zuli Ursery, Queen Mother Dorothy Smith, Queen Mother Melba Sewell, Queen Mother Zuli Ursery, those who come on the Carr side and the Hayes side, Horace Mary Frazier, and Louise Frazier, W. Derrick Cox, Jamie McDonald Williams, those who come through the world in this space. As these names continue to come with blessings to you in this space. And to the children in the womb, world, and yet unborn, we say together around the world, Ashe, 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 oh, it is done. We're so grateful to be in the space today. This is the time when we challenge each other. Good morning, Lady Kenitha.
Good morning.
Looking well rested and shining as usual.
Thank you.
I love that hair. You look absolutely beautiful. Shout out to a wonderful weekend. We love it. You got that energy in the spot today. This is when we generate gratitude in the space here today, y'all. So look, infinite streamers, we're a man down. I'm telling you this, we're a man down in our tech, so we won't have the ability to always put everything on the screen today. So I'm going to ask you to work with me today. We're going to have to blow it up. If you are watching right now, you are an infinite life streamer. That's what we call our live streamers. And we are going to shoot for the moon in the space of generating gratitude. We're going to sing good morning to you. And in that box, I challenge you, I dare you, I invite you in the space today to give us your name, where you are, and one thing that you're grateful for. And listen, once you do that, when you see something else come up for somebody else, you go ahead and hit that like button, you go ahead and hit that share button, you hit that heart button, you hit that thumbs up button, you hit the framing, see the hands frame up things like you look great. We love all of that. So good morning to you is what we say, and this is how we say it.
Good morning.
Come on, lady.
To you. Mm-hmm. Good morning to you. Good A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 da. A da 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 da. A da 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 da.
Hey, hey.
A good morning to you.
Come on in that chat
A
now.
good morning to you.
Hey.
A good morning
What you got, chat folks?
to you. Good morning
Simple song.
to you.
Do the jazz. Come on.
Good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. We say a da 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 da, a da 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 da, a da 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 da.
Come on.
Hey, Rev, what are you grateful for?
You know what? I am grateful for a lot of things. One, I'm holding for our mini version of Standing Ovation.
Hey.
But I'm grateful that our car is working.
Woo.
And I'm glad that I was able to let go of some little stress that I had around
Woo.
some things this week. I'm very grateful. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for my kids, and I'm grateful that we're here together this morning.
Good morning.
To you. To you.
To you. Good morning, y'all. I'm a little tall, so I keep squatting down.
No,
make sure I
don't
fit in the
do
frame.
that.
But I want to make sure I fit in the camera frame so people don't just see my bottom chin. But it's time to say, welcome to our visitors.
Yay!
If you are a first-time visitor at Infinity today, we want to invite you in the space in our comment section. You've got several places to comment. If you're on Twitter, you can respond to the thread there. We know a lot of you just kind of open up the Twitter thread and just let it stay there. If you are on Facebook, on either Rev Jeff Obafemi Carr or Infinity Fellowship, you can type it in there. And if you're on YouTube, you can type it in there. But we invite you to type first time and watch what happens. This is my first time. Everybody who's in the Infinite Live Stream is going to shower you with hearts, fists, claps, applause, and all those wonderful little icons that we have in the internet. But I want to welcome our first-time visitors in the space today. My name, again, is Jeff Obafemi Carr, if you're just tuning in. In this space, I go by Rev Jeff, and I welcome you with an open heart. I invite you to hold your phone up if you're watching on your TV, to the slide that is in front of you, that is on the screen. And on that slide, there is a QR code. And that QR code allows us to get to know you a little better, gets a little bit of information for you, from you rather. And it allows us to send you a love card, a little postcard, something to let you know we're thinking about you. And then from there, if you'd like to join the Infinity Fellowship, you can also check that box there as well. Here we are in the space today. And we welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship, which is where people make the quantum leap from just harsh religious doctrine into profound and practical spirituality, expansive spirituality. So if you're a first timer and I'm seeing you in the chat today and you're coming in and it's so great to see people having conversation, thank you, Infinite Streamers, for keeping this conversation going through church. It is very much the amen corner in here. But if you're a first timer, I get to let you know today that we see you not as a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. You're going to get that too. But really, it's the other way around. You're a spirit who is navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. So even if you're not a first timer, if you've been here in the virtual space or you're a member of Infinity and you join us when we have our monthly services here in person, I want you to just stand and turn to somebody if you can, because I want you to give this message to somebody. If you're at home, you can just receive this directly from me. Take a deep breath Fill yourself up, release, shoot some spirit fingers towards somebody or toward the screen, and receive this with all the love of every voice that is coming to you from around the world. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you're not alone. I'm with you, we're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Dance around. Dance around. Give somebody a high five. Give somebody a little groove. Give somebody a hug. Give somebody a fist pump. Somebody needs it right now. Come on. Send some love to somebody. Tell somebody in a text, I see you. 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 Yeah. Get the groove on. Get the groove, get the groove on. We're dancing today, y'all. Got power today. Look, we getting ready to get in. Infinity's in the house. Hey, infinity's in the house. Hey, are you in the house? Are you in the house? I'm gonna start doing that Bobby Brown move, that little new edition. I'm about to, yeah. Hey, hey. All right, look, we got the energy going this morning. So that means it's time for our offertory period. Cue the thunderous dome of all of the good things that you hear and you feel. This is the year of divine reciprocity, so it is time for our Sunday offering. That noise that you heard, that vibration that you heard, people all over the world being excited about giving time at infinity, because that's what it is. This is when we get to put our money where our spirit is. This is where we get to use money, which is atomic energy that we put into our spiritual community. It is a moment when we give back in a way that says to the universe, I do not believe in holding back. God, you don't hold back on me. You're animating my body right now. You're healing my relationships right now. You're opening my mind to a whole level of dreaming right now. So this is my moment to demonstrate with community what that means to me. So I invite you in this moment to start centering your mind around what you are putting in today. For those of you who have gone to the next level, we've seen it. Those of you who have started tithing and saying, you know what, I'm going to the next level. I'm going to do this like people who are expansive do it. I'm going to take 10%, a dime out of $1, $10 out of $100, $100 out of $1,000, whatever it is. Tithing is for everybody. And giving that back to the space that provides my spiritual food, that sees me and puts me into a space of alignment. That's the Infinity Fellowship for you. It is for me. That's a spiritual practice. Giving is also what your spirit speaks you to give today in that space. So if you're a giver, tither, both, then I invite you to prep your mind in the space today. You can give via Cash App, We're going to put up a slide in a minute that'll say Cash App, $Infinity Fellowship. There'll also be PayPal, which is paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. You can also put a check, money order into the mail. Infinity Fellowship, 641 West Nocturne Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37207. You can also give PayPal internationally around the world through infinitynashville@gmail.com. That's our email address. So as we get ready for that, we're going to ask you to take a deep breath, and we're going to say together our offertory affirmation. Let us say it together. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I truly freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Let us prepare because we say it when we give. Y'all ready to sing? Come on. Everything is good.
Everything is good. Everything is good.
One more time.
Everything is good.
One more time now.
Everything is good.
Say,
And
I got it.
I've got it. Oh, I've got it good.
Come on and let's give. We're going to put the slide up for you, and we're going to give it this time.
Everything is good.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is good.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is good.
Everything is
Oh,
good.
everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, tell yourself everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything.
Everything is good.
Yes, it is.
Everything is good.
I said everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything.
Everything is good.
Yes, it is.
Everything is good.
I said everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on and tell yourself, I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah. Woo.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lady Kenitha.
Woo, woo,
It's
woo.
always giving us good. You can't get to your phone fast enough to get to the app to give to the space. And Brother Daniel or someone will probably scroll us something at the bottom a little bit so we can still see for those of you who have joined or those of you who said, I missed the slide. Don't miss the slide. Don't give an opportunity or miss an opportunity to be a part of giving. We are going to give you a couple of brief announcements before you have the word today, before the message and the download comes. We're so excited that you are with us. We are a man down in the tech space, so I'm going to give you an early warning now. Standing ovations are going to be a little different today. So we're not going to post the standing ovations or announce them, but we're going to read them in the chat together. So those of you who have a standing ovation, go ahead and put it in the chat. And listen, don't wait, infinite streamers, especially my regular folk. Somebody put something awesome in there, just blow them up. Bam, 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 bam. All of the love that you can have, and we've got that. We want to welcome you to 2024, which is the year of divine reciprocity. Let me hear you say that in the chat. Divine reciprocity. That's what I'm talking about. Reciprocity, one definition, is the equal exchange or interchange. The law of attraction teaches us that what we put into the universe is attracted to us. So we are excited to invite you to empower yourself continually by speaking aloud our daily mantra for the year. That is, I am that I am. I give, I get. I've got it good. Let's say that one more time together with authority and proclamation. I am that I am. I give, I get. I've got it good. Take a deep breath there and release. Awesome. Sunday gatherings continue in the space, and they continue here on First Sunday in person, here on the Infinite Love stream, and we have this on the slide as well, so that you can see First Sundays we are in here. Man, last Sunday was off the chain in here. We had to add chairs, and we love that First Sunday gathering in here. And we get together and rock and roll. So if you are a First Sunday person, you get to come together to our monthly gatherings. We appreciate it on second, third, and fourth Sundays. We are virtual here on the Infinite Love stream, and we are grateful for you. We also want to say that our Queen Mother Carr Day of Service last Sunday, our annual Giving Back Day of Service, went exceptionally well. If you see those pictures there on your screen, after service, everybody packed into the lobby and wrote love notes, random love notes to elders. And we put that in a Ziploc bag with a stress ball, magnifying glasses, lip balm. We took those gifts over to the Lakeshore Heartland Center, and we were able to distribute that to nearly 60 elders, many of whom who were just so shocked and surprised to receive that love bomb. So we want to thank you all that participated, and especially I want to thank Sister Angela Bartlett-Treese. Thank you. See you in the chat there. And you, Sister Star, as well, Star Malone, for engaging with our altar.org, our alterdementia.org team, and alterdimension.com, rather. Our Altar is our program that we are launching here at Infinity to help our elders, especially those who are dealing with dementia. So we're going to be doing a quarterly event now, and we're so grateful that many of you volunteered. If you went with us to the center, to the space, you know your heart was probably more full than the people who got that gift. That's what it's all about, and we just want to say thank you and that it was a huge success. We also have our new members orientation coming up. Our new members orientation is starting next Sunday. That's right. This is a combination orientation and initial ancient wisdom class featuring the seminal text, The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. We begin it next Sunday from 1 to 3, and you must be registered. There's no cost for registration, but it will be then and then the following 3 Sundays via private Zoom. Do 2 things. If you filled out a visitor's form or if you're filling it out today, you'll get an email invite if you'd like to register for orientation. But you can also scan that code on the slide you now see. You'll get an email with instructions, and in the meantime, pick up the book or PDF of The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines. Lady Kenitha and I will be teaching the class this time around. Speaking of an event that we're hosting, we've got a great event coming up called Corks and Conversations for Married Folks. Those of you doing Love Day, those of you doing Valentine's Day, whatever it may be, we're inviting you to hang out with us in one of the greatest events that we've had since we launched Infinity. Married couples, scan that QR code or go to tinyurl.com/Corks and Convos. It's an opportunity to come and hang out. And for the first time, we have childcare available. It's only $20 per family. Don't bring 10 kids in here, but you might bring, 2 or 3. We still got you covered. So don't let that be a deterrent to you coming out and having this wonderful conversation, playing some games, getting connection, and it's all awesome. Wonderful announcement that I have for next Sunday. Next Sunday, we are going to be joined for If Teaches by one of our great spiritual teachers here. She's an Iya of the International Oya Sacred Grove, longtime friend, Ifa priestess, She's going to be in conversation with yours truly, and we're going to be talking about the mysteries of Ifa, ancient traditions and modern manifestations, y'all. And look, that energy that you feel coming off that slide, that is coming in. Next week is the week that you, and I'll tell you what, this is the week that you get to bring your notebook to infinity virtual. Make sure you get your notepad, your new journal ready, because Sister EI and I are going to have a heck of a conversation, and you're going to be invited in. If you're new to infinity on third Sunday, that's when we have a message and you get to ask questions. Where else do you get to do that on Sunday morning? At Infinity, we know that's what we do here. So we invite you in the space, and we invite you to put that down and say, hey, don't meet me there. Beat me there online right here, same platform. We're going to have a good time. You all, we're going to send a couple of brief standing ovations in a new way. So we're going to play the tune and go to the slide and say... Okay, so we're here, and as you know, we do. If you've not seen the names coming across the screen, y'all know that we are manning this thing without Brother Tony today, which is great because what it means is infinite streamers get to talk to each other a lot more. So before we get to today's download, which is going to be good energy, we want to acknowledge all of the standing ovations that we see coming through the screen, through the chat. Listen, scroll up and down. Read the standing ovations that are there and send a shout out. We are going to send a shout out in a miniature standing ovation, and I'm going to send a shout out to the lady next to me, Lady Kenitha Carr. Carr. Lady Kenitha Carr. Carr is an Irish name. Carr. Yes, Carr is an Irish name, although, I don't know, I might be part Irish. I got to go on that TV show and see if that's the case. I don't know. But I will say that on yesterday, February 10th, we celebrated our 15th wedding anniversary.
It's our anniversary. Hey, anniversary. Woo!
And I say that to say that I am grateful to you. And we got a little break to have a little getaway. And it was fun. I want to thank my kids. I want to thank Brother Daniel and everyone else, adults who gave us a couple of break moments to allow us to celebrate each other. It's been good. Well, it's been great. It's been awesome. It's been the best thing ever. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Yes. Shout out. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. We see it coming through. Look. Here's what happens in anniversaries in traditional spaces, right? Traditional spaces, you shower the pastor and the first lady with gifts and love offerings and all of that. And we know some of y'all get our Cash App and do that. And we really, really appreciate those moments. It's humbling to feel that come in. And I know I wrestle back and forth with people because I tell them, hey, you don't have to do that. And they say, no, take care of yourself. Take care of Lady Kenitha. Have some coffee on me. Listen, for those things, we're grateful. I am going to take a point of personal privilege as the chair of this great assembly here. And I'm going to say that if you feel that you want to shower us with something or that you appreciate this love that you hear and feel in this space here, it is definitely a community love. We are in a position now as a community where we're growing by leaps and bounds. And there's some things that we want to do. If you've been watching these streams, we are putting it into the atmosphere, into the universe, to build buildings, to launch brand new programs that we've done. So listen, if you feel that kind of love coming through, and we love it, we feel you in the chat, Infinite Life Streamers, y'all are doing a doggone thing. Make a gift today, do it to Infinity's Cash App. Do it to $Infinity, Infinity Fellowship or Infinity. You got our Infinity Fellowship. You got the giving slide. Make it and just give it there because we want to put this thing into the world on a whole new level. And we have been blessed so much that we give to this space. And so if you want to give that love offering somewhere, just $ it, Infinity Fellowship.
Yes.
Get on PayPal it, do whatever you need to do. And we're going to put this thing to work because we're going to grow. I thank you for starting events like Corks and Conversations, which allows people to build relationships and family. And I just appreciate it. I wanted to tell you
I
that.
appreciate you. To
All right.
15 years.
15 good years.
Oh my goodness.
What was this on 10 long years? It was 10.
Okay, so
no,
no,
it was
but
15 good
okay,
years. Thank you, chat folks. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Yes.
But also the second standing ovation I want to give is to everybody, married, single, it's complicated, whatever it may be. This is a week where traditionally people celebrate love, whether it's St. Valentine's Day or colloquially Valentine's Day. We put an M on it for some reason. I don't know why. But we use Valentine's. No, it's, well, okay, either way. That, Double Love Day, Black Love Day, Love Week, whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate it, we want you to do something awesome for yourself and the people you love this week. And I'm sending a standing ovation to you for practicing self-love, for looking out for yourself. So shout out to you in that chat. Hey, I love to love me. Y'all can say that in the chat today. I love to love on me, because when you love on yourself, you're opening it up to love on other people. There's a Ricky Byers song like that. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love me so much, and I can start loving me. Something like it. It's back and forth. I love it. That's what we got today. So we want to send that standing ovation up to you and say yes. Shaking the tambourine, feeling it in the space today.
Yes.
So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Let's prepare for the word today with today's meditation. Today's meditation comes to us from the great Ernest Holmes in his book, The Science of Mind, a book that I recommend for a lot of people who are new to the concept of the law of attraction and everything that it brings. Ernest Holmes reminds us that no two ideas are alike. The creative mind of the universe, being infinite, thinks of a limitless number of things, and each thing is, therefore, separate and distinct in the great whole. Just as the atoms of science are cemented together by the ether, so each idea of divine mind is united in one spirit. No two things are alike. No two roses are alike. No two people are alike. All come from one life. All are in one life and all live by it, but each forever maintains its identity in the perfect whole. Deep breath in. Exhale. Let it go. In the perfect whole. No thing to believe in. No thing to believe in. When we're talking about belief, y'all know I use that word and I say I always stretch it a little bit. I say, well, we want to go beyond belief into the space of known, but I want you to understand what it means to have no thing or nothing to believe in. We live in a world where we have nothing to believe in. People who are politicians, who are in a space of leadership, have become so out of touch with the people that they have created politics as an oligarchy, a place where they can have an elite status. And instead of being people who are representing people, they see themselves as people who are there to lead, to lord over folks. That makes it so that it's difficult to find people in politics to believe in. It's difficult to find people in religious spaces to believe in, because they're there when you need someone to shine and be seen and to be loved on, but when you need them late in the midnight hour, it's difficult for them to answer the phone. No judgment, but it's difficult to find someone to believe in. There was a great George Benson song. I send energy to George Benson, who recently said, hey, I'm calling it an end on touring, because I put enough in the world right now, and my health is declining. I'm getting close to the transition space, but I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to ease it out. And George Benson has put so many things into the world, including an amazing song that was brought to life by Whitney Houston, The Greatest Love of All. And in that song, they said, everybody's looking for a hero. People need someone to look up to. Never found anyone who fulfilled my need. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I got to sing that song when I was in college. I got to live long enough to see my own daughter sing that song in a school and just rock the crowd. Little Smooch did. And it was a wonderful moment. And yet it still illuminates this need that we have to have something to believe in. And I'm here today to say that there is nothing to believe in. Because we, as beings who are perfectly imperfect, somebody say, I'm perfectly imperfect. That's an affirmation. That's not an attack. That is something that is saying to you today that you recognize that the perfection is in the pursuit itself, and that everything that comes to you that is something that is a hard time, that struggle is simply a lesson to learn. And so we are imperfectly perfect, but we are perfect in our imperfection in this pursuit of the grand whole, as Ernest Holmes reminded us in today's meditation, that no two things are alike. We are as unique as the snowflakes are to each other, although they are part of the same substance. I don't want anybody here trying to be like everyone else. We dress differently at Infinity. We look differently at Infinity. We are from different ethnicities at Infinity. We are from different orientations and at backgrounds and socioeconomic status and shades and textures and sizes, and all of it works together around the common law of attraction and the understanding we have nothing, no thing to believe in. When we talk about no thing to believe in, the first point I want to give you today is that anything and everything emerges from no thing. Anything and everything emerges from no thing. You see, I separate these words because when we put them together, it's anything, it's everything, and nothing. We say nothing from nothing leaves nothing, right? That's the colloquial way we say this. But I'm here to tell you that anything and everything emerges from no thing. Infinite streamers. Where are you in your house? I tell you where I am. I'm at Infinity Center, and I see countless chairs. I see fibers on the curtains. I see wood planks on the floor. I want you to look around where you are. Just take a deep breath and just stand and look around. If you're outside, look around. If you're driving, listening in the car, just look around and tell me, what do you see the most of? Do you see trees? Do you see bricks in the walls? I was talking to a brother friend of mine the other day and said, what's in this room? What's the highest quantity of things? And we were full of, there was furniture and light fixtures, and we were just counting everything. And he said, oh, I got it. Bricks in the wall, because we're in a big brick building. And I laughed, and we all sat there, and everybody leaned in. And I said, no, it's the empty space in between. It's the no thing. From the no thing, anything and everything emerges. We get afraid of the empty space. Somebody in the chat say, I ain't afraid of the empty space. Come on now. I ain't afraid of the empty space, because from the empty space, we can find the new space where things are birthed from. That's why people are afraid sometimes, because creation requires an empty space. It requires that you be in a space of no thing. Point number one is to remember that anything and everything emerges from no thing. In the beginning, there was no thing. Every space that you talk about, whether it's the biblical story of creation in Genesis, where there was darkness moving over the face of the waters and there was nothing there, and God's voice spoke and animated this energy. Because we know that there were no things, but there was the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So this concept of speaking, the Word becomes flesh. There is chaos, there is order, from no thing to something. You're on a journey to something, but you cannot be afraid of the no thing first. The second thing that I want to give you as a point today is that no thing is a blank landscape, ripe for a painting of the possible. No thing or nothing is a blank landscape. It's ripe for the painting of the possible. I don't know about y'all, but I've been involved in some renovations in my life. When I bought my first house in my mid-20s, it was in a place where the plaster was old and it was cracked in the walls, and we had to find ways to break out the old and put in the new. There were times when I started a theater company, and it was an old pool hall that at one time was a mosque at 2508 Clifton Avenue, and we had to go through renovations. And to go through renovations, when you're trying to do something new, when you're trying to rebuild, the first thing you have to do when you renovate is sometimes you got to gut it down to the studs. You got to take it down to nothing. You got to gut everything so that you can then rebuild from a strong foundation. How many people been gutted before? How many been feeling that you've been in a space where you don't know what's coming next, where every single thing that you had was stripped away from you? Well, you see that as something that is negative when Spirit is saying to you, give thanks when the gutting comes. Give thanks when those things that you thought were precious got stripped away, because that blank landscape is the landscape where you can paint the possible. You are no longer seeing those things that you thought were important to you. They have been stripped away, and now you get to ask, what do I have right now? Because if you don't have anything that's externally there, you can count on having something within. The elders used to say, I got something within. All that I know is there is something within. That something is something that cannot be taken away from you. So when you find yourself in a space where you have been gutted, where you find yourself in a space where things have been stripped from you and taken away, all you got to say is, I'm not in a space of destruction. I'm in a space of renovation. I'm rebuilding today. I am redoing today. I am ripe for the painting of the possible. Anybody ever been broke? I have. Anybody ever felt like you were left alone? I have. Anyone in the stream ever had that feeling? Can give me an amen or an ameen or hotep or a shalom or a namaste when you see that? That space there is a crossroads where you have an opportunity to make a decision. Now that everything that you thought was important is gone, what do you do with the energy that lies within? Will you dare to paint the possible in the space of no thing? Last point I'm giving you, and then I'm gone. In order to believe in something, you have to act in no thing anyway. You have to act in no thing anyway. Somebody in the chat say, I'm acting anyway. I'm acting. Come on, I'm acting anyway. It may have been stripped away, but I'm acting anyway. It may have been taken away from me, but I'm acting anyway. The Chiefs are playing in a few minutes against the 49ers, and people are lining up to tell the story. And it's interesting because you have a Super Bowl quarterback that has led people all through this journey, that has led this team as one of the brightest young quarterbacks out there. I'm a little partial to Patrick Mahomes. And believe me, it wasn't Taylor Swift that got the team to the Super Bowl. It wasn't Kelsey. Kelsey had to catch a ball that somebody threw. But we is now in a space where people are now rooting against him, and he's the underdog. So most people root now for the underdogs. We like the Horatio Alger story, Brother Jerome. We like that because Horatio Alger is a story of rags to riches. You never root for people because they were born with everything. You never root with people who say, I'm of the sixth generation of insane wealth and we all hand down yacht. You don't do that. You always root for the people who build something out of nothing. Why? Because most people in the world find themselves at some point in the same situation. And when you see somebody who is undermanned, when you see somebody who is outgunned, when you see somebody who is undersized, when you see somebody who is undersourced, when you see them work through unbelievable circumstances to achieve, we see ourselves in them. How many have lost it all and had to build back better? If you ever done disaster release, I've had the ability and the blessing and the gift to be in Haiti twice and see what an earthquake did to people, that ripped away an orphanage, and to lie on the bed, on a gravel, on a mat, on a pallet, and for me to look across that gravel on a blanket to a woman with a 6-month-old baby whose only bed was the same gravel that I had. When you see that energy in real time, when you go down to a space of Hurricane Katrina and you see the devastation that is taken, and you see that people's spirits are not broken, but they build back better. That's what inspires the human spirit. Somebody who's been gutted in the chat, just say, I'm building back better. Just type, I'm building back better today. I'm building back better today, because in order to believe in something, you have to act in nothing anyway. Brother Nate Harris, Jefferson Street, told a story, poured a libation earlier for Brother Nate. Brother Nate Harris was inspirational. I'll tell a brief part of his story. I didn't know who this man was. He had this building. It was an old house, a little bitty house that was right on the corner of Jefferson Street by the entrance, the back entrance to Fisk University. And for those of you who have gone to Jubilee Hall on the back side of Jefferson Street and entered there, it's a little bitty house there. And it was a little house that looked condemned, that nobody was in. And I was just starting out as a young man doing a newspaper called The Third Eye. I had a little office there on Jefferson Street, and we were walking up and down the street selling ads for this newspaper that we were distributing every week. And we were just young idealists who were building an institution. There was this man who was up on this ladder, ripping off pieces of tile and stripping things. And every time I drove by there in the daytime, he was there. When I got there in the evening, he was there at night. And I went up one day and I said, what are you working on? He said, I'm building an art gallery. Now, you got to understand, this is the 90s. People were not thinking we're going to have an art gallery and a frame shop. People said it's never going to work. And Nate would tell his story about how banks would not give him a loan, and it was difficult to find people who would build on this dream of his from this blank landscape of a building that had nothing in it. And so Nate said, I'm not going to wait on everybody else, but I'm going to pull my own ladder out of my house. I'm going to pull my tools out of my basement, and I will build it myself. And from him doing that, he redefined the landscape of the arts in Nashville, Tennessee. Many of you here in the city and abroad have something with a little sticker on the back of your frame that says Woodcuts Gallery, Jefferson Street, Nashville, Tennessee. One of my greatest moments was when I almost went broke, because woodcuts, we weren't used to that fancy charging. How much to charge to frame that envelope? What?
We weren't used to that, but this before Michael's and all the stores came along. But we had a chance, that first edition of my newspaper, we got it printed on a metal plate because we used to print it that way. And I was so proud to be able to take that into Nate's business in my 20s and have it put it in a nice frame that hangs on my wall to this day with that woodcut sticker. Because Nate said, I don't care if anybody else believes, I believe. And I believe in the nothing because I can stand and look at the nothing and put something in place. So I'm telling you today in this space that I want you to release all of those things that have been holding you back. That you open your heart to believe in the no thing. To believe that when you see no thing, you're going to manifest something. As you are in this space today, I want you to look at the old buildings. I want you to look at the blank landscape. I want you to look at the gutted spaces. I want you to look internally when you look in the mirror this morning, when you look in the mirror today and you're getting ready for the rest of your day. I want you to see the places that have been broken, the places that have been gutted, the places that are in need of renovation. And I want you to embrace those spaces as spaces of new possibility. When you do that, you will be believing in the no thing. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Exhale and release it. Let it out into the world. You see, you got to believe in something. And that something is sometimes no thing. But if I can say anything about where I was raised and how I learned this lesson in real life, I think about the hard times over there on Paris Avenue in South Nashville when it didn't seem as if we had anything. Matter of fact, we had no thing in the kitchen. Somehow my mama, Catherine Carr, would go into that kitchen and she would look at what we perceived to be no thing. And she would grab a bag of cornmeal and she would grab some oil and she would grab some beans that were sitting in a can. And before long, after singing and humming some gospel music, we would have a table full of food. And it wasn't always the most gourmet meal, but my mama made something out of no thing. For those of you who have that gift, here's a secret. You have it differently, but each and every one of you have it. Because that's what we are. No two are alike in that, except in that we are part of the one and we are part of the divine. And when we shine as who we're supposed to be, that connection is made across the board. I invite you in this moment to close your eyes with me. Take a deep breath. Place your hands over your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Divine Source, we thank you in this moment. In the proclamation that we have the gifts to bring something, anything, from the no thing. We speak in the present right now. And we speak from this blank landscape, the proclamation of the good. I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am forgiving. I am forgiven. I walk in excellence. I walk in my gift. Inhale and exhale. We embrace the nothing right now. We paint our own landscape in this moment. And we commit in this moment, oh God, to not just see what is, but to see what will be, and to bring it from that future into the right now. We speak this alignment going forth from this week and forward, that we rise in our goodness, believing in the power of the no thing. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe.
And so it is. Oh, man. Yes! Ready to start this awesome day. Look, as we get ready to close this thing out, I want you to write what you are in the chat. You've come out of this meditative space today. Write it. I am in excellence. I am marvelous. I am gifted. I am free, whatever. I want you to light that up. Scroll it, scroll it, scroll it. I want whoever watches this on the replay to see that energy and to say, I am too. Find somebody, I always say, find somebody to center in on. I won't say pick on. Find someone to center in on. If they put something, just chat at them. Say, hey, Tyrell. Say, hey, Angie. Say, hey, Lisa. Say, hey, John. Hey, whoever you see in the chat, just put an @ sign and send something to them and say, you are. And proclaim something good on somebody today. And watch what bears fruit for you. Everybody all right? All right. Y'all all right in the chat? Y'all all right in the tech booth? We had an awesome day. We had an awesome Sunday today. So we want to remind you next Sunday is If Teachers Sunday. We invite you to join us in the space. And as all hearts and minds are clear, let us sing our way through infinity today. As we give our special thanks today to the crew, Brother Daniel for holding it down. K&K back in the back there did a great job on this wonderful Sunday, staying tight, hanging through the weekend. And for those of you who are listening, ready to sing, stand to your feet with me at home. There's a world that is awaiting the light that you are bringing, and I don't want you to ever forget it. So I want you to sing this reminder that we sing as we close infinity, and I want you to hear all the voices around the world singing it with you. The words are on the screen.
If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Sing it with love in your heart now. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family.
God's reminding me.
God's reminding me to look at you and see family.
God's reminding me.
God's reminding me to look at you and see family.
We speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors, and the cosmos rest, rule, and rock and provide with you, henceforth, now, and forever from this week of love. We sing together. Amen, Amen, Hotep Shalom, Namaste, Hashem. We love you guys. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. Make sure you say something to somebody in the chat. Send them with a love bomb. Share this broadcast. Hit like, hit subscribe. Rev Jeff, Lady Kanitha, we love you guys. That's a fact you cannot change. Peace, love, and power. We're out.